welcome back to Finals and Financials, surviving college on $5 a day. Alright, so it's your first week at college and you're all excited. But if you're anything like me, you don't have that much money and you have even less income. So here's some tips on making that last check your parents wrote you go a little bit further. Part 1. I got bills. So these first 5 tips are designed to keep your living expenses as low as possible. Tip number 1. Do I need this? Will I use this? A lot of times people don't know their needs from expenses, and by separating the two, you can spend a little bit less money on your wants. Point number 2. Reuse things. That old cardboard box you got in the mail, use it to store stuff or prop up your bed. Tip number 3. Craigslist is a magical place. You can find furniture, car parts, a kidney, who really knows? Tip number 4. Buy used books, not new textbooks. Oftentimes on websites like half.com or Chegg Books, you can find your textbooks for a lot cheaper. And tip number 5, track where your money goes. Are you spending money on Steam games, your morning Starbucks? And by figuring out where you're spending a lot of money, you can usually figure out where you can afford to spend a little less money.
I got mouths, I got feet, so I'm gonna make sure everybody eats.
Part 2. I've got mouths I've got to feed. So food is one of the most expensive things that a college student has to buy, and you can save a lot of money with these easy tips. Tip number 6. Look for sales. Go to the grocery store and see what's on sale that week, and then plan your menu based on what you've bought. You can save a lot of money. Tip number 7. Try cooking Indian or Chinese dishes. They have a lot of vegetarian options, and the meat that they do use goes a lot further, and since meat's one of the most expensive things you can buy, you can save a lot of money this way. Tip number 8. Go off-brand. The house brand is usually almost as good as the name brand, and it's a lot cheaper. Tip number 9. Buy in bulk or cook for friends. Not only will this make you popular with your friends, in economies of scale, things are a lot cheaper when you buy it in a large quantity. Tip number 10. Buy a knife. A good one, too. Not only is it useful for chopping your vegetables, but the other day I saw this really sketchy looking guy. He must have been on drugs or something, because he ran up and bit this woman. After that, I went out and got a knife. Now, I might have been a little bit of overkill, but I figure with this strapped to my back, nobody's going to mess with me. Alright, so join us next week as we discuss 10 tips for traveling on a budget.